Hi there, it's Sharon Hess, and it is Monday, March the 28th. Now we're going to pull a spiritual spice card and happiness. And then I get the spiritual spice book. If you don't have it, it's basically just guided messages, and it's available on Amazon. So happiness is on page 141. And I'm just going to read where my eyes fall because that is the universe guiding me on what I'm going to guide you to pay attention to in the coming week. All right, so you can't always be right about everything. It's just the part of being human. There is no shame in this. So for goodness sakes, don't feel guilty and admit you were mistaken and move on. Love yourself enough to know you'd rather be happy than right. Now, a lot of people say that saying, would you rather be right or happy? Some people replace it with, would you rather be right or rich? Would you rather be right or, fill in the blank? And it actually comes from A Course in Miracles. And anyone who knows me, follows me, knows that A Course in Miracles was the beginning of my spiritual path. So when you talk about would you rather be right or happy, the price that you pay sometimes for being adamant about being right absolutely takes away your happiness. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't make that choice, because sometimes I do, and I absolutely know I'm giving up my happiness, but hey, we did come here to experience things and to play here on this earth. So I wanted to go back, and I didn't tell you, I don't think, that it's on page 141, and I want to read it just one more time. You can't always be right about everything. It's just part of being human. There's no shame in this. So for goodness sakes, don't feel guilty and admit you were mistaken and move on. And what that means is if you think that if something is holding you back from being happy, then I love the way Abraham Hicks puts it. I'm just trying to think of a good way to explain it. Abraham says some things are just for contrast. And like we might experience something and then it's not what we thought it would be, or it's not, doesn't turn out the way we thought it would. Then if you just look at it, it wasn't that you were wrong. It was just you wanted to experience that contrast. So you could say, hey, that's not something I want in my life or in my experience. And that's okay. That's a part of, walking our experience here on planet Earth, as it were. Now, the thing about happiness is, and a lot of people may have a hard time swallowing this, happiness is a choice, because in any given moment, no matter where you are and what you're doing, you can choose to be happy. Now, that doesn't mean that you ignore reality, okay? One of the most wonderful things, I have a great friend in my life, John, and he told me, you know what? You are an optimistic realist. And now, yeah, my glass tends to be half full, but I also am very realistic about what's in that glass, okay? I told a friend one time, I said, I've got to know if it's water or if it's vodka. Two different things, right? I'm going to have two different experiences from drinking it. So happiness is a choice, and you can choose, no matter what is going on, to shift back over into being happy. Now, that doesn't mean that, I think I talked about this last week, that chaos, that things aren't going to show up in your life that are unpleasant, but you get to choose how you experience it. You get to put the caveat onto what that is bringing to you and what that is showing to you. I used the example of like, there's a lot of construction around here, and or you might be in traffic, and instead of going, oh God, it's taking forever, they're always working on it everywhere, blah, 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 you can stop and you can say, oh, the universe is saying, slow down, take your time, develop that patience within you. I find that most people lose their happiness when things don't turn out the way they absolutely have to have them turn out. But in my life and many other of my clients' life, I've absolutely seen that when we don't dictate exactly how it has to go, the universe brings us wonderful surprises. So be happy with who you are. Be happy with where you are. Be happy with the wonderful things that you have in your life. And be happy that you can move forward and expand and experience more things to be happy about. If I can help you with anything, you can find me at SharonHess.com. And now go out and have a fabulous life just because you can.